Good afternoon, August 26th, the Market Update Desk with Scott Riley and Mortgage One, NMLS 157524. Got a few things going on with stocks today, specifically the bellwether, the 900-pound gorilla, the monster, NVIDIA, will be announcing earnings a little later on today. So the market is anxiously awaiting that number to see where the not only current sales are, but projections. It's interesting. So much of their money is being made, obviously, from selling high-end chips, but they've also been a huge lender to AI companies, super mega hyperscalers that they're actually making money lending money out. So very interesting to see where their total revenues coming from. Also, Meta, Facebook, announced that they were settling a $16.7 billion settlement with multiple different state attorney generals. So be very curious to see how that money's directed, where it's going to within each state. Many times, once government gets their hands on money, it doesn't necessarily go to the directed specific participants and those that got harmed from it. So be very curious to watch that. So today's data point was PCE, personal consumption expenditure. The headline for July showed that month over month was up 0.2%, in line with estimates. But when we look at the specific non rounded number, it was 0.16. So year over year fell to 3.7%. Very interesting that if we took the specific month over month non rounded 0.16, that gets us a 2% annual headline PCE. That's the number that the Fed wants. So are we headed in the right direction? Yes. Are we there yet? No. But there's a good pathway here. Core, which strips out the volatile food and energy data from the inflation report, was up 0.24% month over month, and year over year was flat at 3.3%. Now, like I said, both those headline and core met market expectations, so that was a good thing. When we go into the specific categories, there's four specific ones I want to go over here. Shelter was up 0.26% month over month, year over year 3.2. Now, while that's headed in the right direction, it's still overstated weight-wise, data-wise compared to real numbers. So once again, this is countering some of the other inflation effects that we're seeing, is the beginning of lowering year over year shelter costs. Healthcare was up 0.2%. Year over year, though, up 19% cost wise for healthcare. Then we get into portfolio management. This is what's weighing inflation. And it shouldn't be, because it's not an inflationary number, it's a stagnant number. It's grown so much because portfolios have grown so much because of the stock market. So for the month, it was up 0.5%. I'm sorry, it was up it affected the total inflation number by 0.12%. It was up month over month 5.6%. Now, that's to the core reading. So half of all inflation was really from portfolio management. Now, when we look at these four categories: shelter, healthcare, portfolio management, and the others actually audio, visual, and photography parts, that was up 1.5%. And that added 4/100ths to inflation. And the reason for this is it's really a result of AI costs. So if we add all four of those components, that was 0.24% of all inflation. So basically, within the core, all inflation was encompassed by those four components. It shows that inflation is not widespread, it's very segmented. So as shelter goes down, and starting next month, portfolio management is going to be reconfigured as it should. So we're probably going to see a drop in a PCE inflation next month. Going in further, it looks like incomes went up 0.4%, and the savings rate grew to 3% from 2.4%. So both of those are good categories. So what's this given us on the market today? 10-year Treasury, as I'm looking right now, It's down 1.5 basis points to 4.664. So we did get into the 4.66s instead of the 4.7s, and we broke through the 25-day moving average. We just need to keep below that and keep moving the 10-year yield lower. Mortgage-backed securities are down 15 basis points today. Dow is down 106. Oil's at 82.73. Now, where NVIDIA goes within the stock market is going to drive how the Dow ends up today. So we're watching that very closely. We'll keep on top of it. 616-293-2189. Scott Riley, the Market Update Desk, your original singular market news source for West Michigan. Have a great afternoon.